I don't know if you've noticed, but there isn't many games that you can play exclusively on PlayStation 5. Yet. In a month we'll get Horizon, which will definitely be bananas, and of course Elden Ring, cause I just can't wait to be stuck on a single boss for a month. And then of course a bunch of other stuff, but I gotta play something until then, and what better game to choose than a game that has been given a 10 out of 10 masterpiece by IGN. And we all know that they are a reliable source of information. So yeah, I bought this so-called masterpiece of a game, and just by looking at the title you can pretty much figure out what the game is about. But just in case, let me spell it out for you. So basically you are stuck in a Deathloop. Has any one of you seen that movie The Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise where aliens attack and then he keeps on dying, but every time he dies he remembers everything from the day before? Well, this game is actually very similar. You play as Colt, who is actually a very well performed character. You have these mini objectives and targets that you must kill, and if you fail, well, you die and try again the next day. And while you are trying to break the loop, this lovely young lady Juliana will randomly spawn in your world and try to kill you. Which can happen a few times considering, you know, the whole thing is on a loop.
Gotcha! Ha! Where's your coordinate whatever now? That felt great.
The four basic areas are Updam, Fristead Rock, Carl's Bay and the Complex. They're all a bit different and they are not too huge, so after about 3 runs you will basically know all of them by memory. Every time the loop resets, something changes a bit, but in my opinion it could change a bit more so the game wouldn't feel as repetitive as it does. At the beginning everything feels fresh, but after a few hours it's like doing the same thing over and over again, just killing a different dude, who is surrounded by very similar enemies. As you play the game you uncover like little clues about Colt's past, or you get passcodes for different saves, so it still feels like the story keeps on going, but I don't feel like the story is the best thing about this game. The main focus of the gameplay is of course the combat, and it is a lot of fun, but considering the world is kind of repetitive, they probably should make like more different enemy types, or more weapons or bosses, or just, you know, something more. And once you know where all the cameras are and the turrets, oh my god, the turrets are fucking annoying. But once you know where all those things are, it's just doing the same thing over and over and over again for the 100th time, and you quickly get bored of that. Except for this thing, this thing is cool. While you'll be shooting bad guys and trying to escape from this angry lady, you will also be able to use like special magic that enriches the combat. Yeah, that's right, I can use advanced vocabulary. Plus I almost forgot to mention the haptic feedback that just feels awesome. There isn't that many different weapons, but they are sorted into common and uncommon and super uncommon groups, and after the day concludes and the loop repeats, you lose all of your weapons, unless you put some special magic on them, so they are permanently at your side. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, the whole thing is pretty difficult to understand, like what resets and what doesn't. Look, I played the game for 20 hours and I still don't know how the system works. Sometimes the items stay, sometimes they don't, it's, you know, luck of the draw. And the sad thing is that I probably didn't even get invested enough to care, because while the graphics are amazing and the theme is interesting, there is just something about it that just seems off. When I bought it, I was sure that the game was going to blow me away, but it's just as you would expect, you know, it's Deathloop. You die and the loop happens and you die again. The best thing about the game is, as I said, the combat. Don't get me wrong, it's a good game, but if you are dead set on playing it, wait for a discount, because you can get a lot of better games for a price tag of 60 bucks. All the pre-release interviews made it sound like a murder puzzle where you have to figure out stuff and collect clues and find the optimal path through the world. But in the end it's like, go there, kill that guy again, the loop happens, and then you're a bit confused what stayed the same and what didn't, and then it's the same thing again. It's like waiting until you kill all the main bosses and the game ends. The game would be way better if they would add like split screen so you can play it like Call of Duty or something, or a co-op. There is a kind of multiplayer where you play as Juliana, but it takes forever to load, and even once you start playing it, it just doesn't feel like enough. Instead of the world being on a loop, it feels like the game is on a loop, and you just try to get to the end. The story is solid at best, the world is interesting at first, but quickly becomes repetitive, and the combat is the only thing above average. Look, if what you're looking for is just a way to blow off some steam and get a chuckle or two and just shoot your way out of every situation, then yeah, this is the game for you. But if you want some 10 out of 10 experience like God of War or Red Dead Redemption, you're just not gonna get it. I'm sorry, it's just not that kind of game. I hope you agree, and please comment what are your thoughts on the game. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video, and see you next time.